There's this idea that when you leave the continent, the barriers stay behind. That if you make it to Canada, the system will finally work for you. But ask the Black filmmaker with African roots, and they'll tell you a different story. We saw it back in an earlier episode that the formal system in Canada isn't necessarily set up for African collaboration through official co-production treaties. African-rooted creatives in Canada are not immune to this, even when they've built their careers here. And because the gaps have not closed, they continue to build. Take Lonzo Nzekwe, who's a Nigerian-Canadian filmmaker that not only produces his own Diaspora to Africa stories, including his most recent film Aura, which is now showing on Paramount Plus, also has a platform called Ironflix for African movies to be seen. There's Ngardy Conteh George, who isn't only a documentary filmmaker, but has made it her life's work to mentor and mobilize Black voices who weren't getting into the door before. And she does this through Oya Media Group, of which she's a co-founder. And then there's Lula Ismaïl, who was born in Djibouti but is now based in Montreal. One of her significant marks is making the very first feature film from Djibouti. Imagine that, building a national cinema while living thousands of miles away. This is Diaspora as infrastructure. This isn't a tale of triumph because the system worked. It's a story of resilience because it didn't. Canada has the grants, the agencies, the institutions, but too often Black Canadian creatives with African roots are met with polite silence or filtered through broad BIPOC programs that don't speak to their specific vision or their specific audience. But what if all the soft money wasn't even there in the first place? I mean, the American film industry is not completely powered by soft money. Well, these filmmakers have figured out a way to blend local access to resources with outcomes that are inspired by Africa or are in service to Africa's cinematic growth. These creators are the unofficial co-production pipelines we need. Their careers are the data points that we talked about in the previous episode, and their collaborations are those pilot projects. And finally, their networks are the unofficial treaties we keep talking about. This is 40 for 40 by 40. Here's to the cinematic bridge that Diaspora creatives are building between our continents. I'm Chibie, film producer, bringing you these nuggets, and I will see you tomorrow.